Shot in 4K ultra high definition. Your number one source for local news. WRAL News. Coverage you can count on.
And it's a warm start out there, even warmer than yesterday, but I'm tracking a front that comes in tonight that'll drop our temperatures. I'll show you what else it will bring.
And if you want to vote early, today and tomorrow morning are your last chances. The number of North Carolinians who have already cast their ballots just days away from Election Day.
And thousands of people hit the streets for Halloween. The cool costumes people wore on Franklin Street in Chapel Hill. Seen a lot of short sleeves and shorts and skirts there because the weather was absolutely fabulous. That's all anybody could talk about as families were going around trick-or-treating. Hope you had a wonderful Halloween, and thanks for joining us on this Friday. I'm Renee Chu.
And I'm Jeff Hogan. Yeah, they were all long on fun, though, for sure, yesterday. It just seemed like the perfect day leading into it.
Gorgeous.
And it delivered last night. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center with our Look at Friday now.
Yes, and it's lingering into today, too. We're going to see some nice mild temperatures as you're stepping out the door, 66. Our dew point has climbed into the 60s, and so it is a little bit more muggy than it was at least at the beginning of the week. 61 in Fayetteville, 66 in Durham, 65 in South Hill. So we are solidly in the low to mid 60s this morning, which is really warm for this time of year. Our normal lows are in the 40s, and we're running a bit warmer than we were yesterday. Not a lot, but anywhere from 4 to 6 degrees in a few places. It will be another warm afternoon. We hit the low 80s yesterday. We're looking at 81 for the high today, but it will be cooler over the weekend. I'm tracking a front that will help to drop our temperatures starting tomorrow. Checking our tropical outlook, we have a 50%, 60% chance now that this system here in the tropics could develop, and the models are beginning to pick up on that. The middle of next week, you can start to see a little bit of a low trying to form there near Cuba. So that's something that we'll continue to watch. Still a long way off, but we'll keep our eye on it.
Thanks, Elizabeth. If you still want to vote early, you're running out of time. The polls are open today and just part of the day tomorrow. WRAL's Kelsey Coffey joins us live from the Cary Senior Center, where turnout has been high. Kelsey, good morning.
Jeff, good morning. So the Cary Senior Center here is one of the top 3 most visited polling locations in Wake County, and you still have time to cast your ballot during early voting. We'll give you a breakdown of the numbers so far here in North Carolina. More than 3.6 million North Carolinians have already early voted. 53% of all registered Republicans participated in early voting, followed by 48% of Democrats and 40% of unaffiliated voters. These are some final reminders for you about early voting. This will be your last chance to use same-day registration. You cannot register to vote on Election Day. All you'll need is proof of residency and an accepted form of photo ID, like your driver's license. And also, you'll have to remember that you can vote at any polling location in your county.
You want to vote early. You must do so in your county of registration, but you can go to any early voting site.
And early voting ends tomorrow at 3 o'clock. Kelsey Coffey, WRAL News, live in Cary.
Today, Republican vice presidential nominee J.D. Vance will campaign in Johnston County. He plans to speak at a rally in Selma around 5:30 this evening. He spent yesterday in High Point. The Ohio senator spoke at a town hall hosted by High Point University.
Meanwhile, former President Donald Trump will have rallies in Gastonia and Greensboro tomorrow. Also tomorrow, Vice President Kamala Harris will be in Charlotte.
Police in Raleigh are working to make an arrest after a shooting on Pool Road that left a person hurt. Someone fired shots just after 7 last night at a house near Carver Street. The WRAL Breaking News Tracker was there as officers searched the house with windows all boarded up. Investigators say the person who was shot was taken to the hospital, and they say that person is in stable condition. Police have not identified the shooter.
New this morning, 1 person is dead. 2 others are injured after a shooting at a mall in Vancouver, Washington. Police say they're looking for the person responsible, who they say could still be armed. This happened around 10:30 our time, while many families were at the mall for a trick-or-treating event. People inside the mall told police someone started shooting inside the food court, killed a person there and shot 2 others. 2 people are injured in the hospital, but how serious their injuries are is unknown right now.
In Cumberland County, police are looking for the person they say killed the Spring Lake man. 21-year-old Treshawn Green is wanted for the murder of 22-year-old DeMonte Larson. Police say the crime happened on Atomic Drive yesterday. Green is charged with first-degree murder. Anyone with information on where he may be is asked to call 911.
On Monday, the union representing Boeing factory workers who are on strike will vote on a new contract offer. They rejected an offer last week. The new offer would raise wages 38% over 4 years' time. The company is also offering a $12,000 contract ratification bonus. That's up from the $7,000 previously offered. Workers have been on strike for 7 weeks, shutting down production of most Boeing airline jets.
Opening statements begin today in the trial of a Camp Lejeune Marine charged with killing a man on a New York subway. Daniel Penny is charged with killing Jordan Neely last year. A jury of 5 men and 7 women will decide the case. Most say they ride the subway often. Some have witnessed people making outbursts or acting erratically and felt threatened by it.
Raleigh police are investigating an incident at an early voting site. A man was caught on video destroying political signs. He was confronted by other voters who said he was shouting at them.
Sir, put the signs down. They're not yours. They're not yours.
They're no one's. Get it? It's not illegal to take signs. It is illegal to assault people. To assault people. You touched me. That is assault and battery.
Sir, put the signs down.
The man ripped up several Harris Walls signs. Stealing or damaging a political sign is a misdemeanor. Witnesses reported his license plate number to police.
It's quiet this morning on Franklin Street in Chapel Hill. Last night it was a scary good time as thousands came out to celebrate Halloween on the town. Ghouls, ghosts, and superheroes all mingled together on Franklin Street last night. This is a Chapel Hill tradition that goes back decades. The town ramped up its security presence downtown, but this year no streets were closed. People we talked with say it's all in good fun.
Everybody's just doing their own thing. They're creative. They're just coming out, enjoying each other.
Business owners on Franklin Street say they look forward to the big boost they get each year on Halloween night. They say it's like a college football game day.
Pretty creative, too. A spectacular play by New York Jets wide receiver Garrett Wilson helped lead his team to a Thursday night football win. Pulled down that one-handed touchdown right there in the fourth quarter to put the Jets ahead of the Houston Texans. It was his second touchdown of the game. Aaron Rodgers threw 3 touchdowns in all, and the Jets beat Houston 21-13.
The NFL season enters its second half this weekend. WRAL and Fox 50 are your home for all the action. It gets started Sunday on Fox 50 with the Dallas Cowboys and the Atlanta Falcons at 1. Then at 4:25, it's the Detroit Lions and Green Bay Packers. After that, turn it over to WRAL for Football Night in America. Then at 8:20, the Indianapolis Colts and Minnesota Vikings play on Sunday Night Football.
Country music star, North Carolina native Eric Church is providing some much-needed help in the mountains.
There's a lot of people that I see the need, and I see the need for a lot of help.
His plan to build 100 homes for people who lost everything in Banner Elk.
And it's a big day for World Series winners, the Los Angeles Dodgers, and their fans. How they are making up for missing the celebration during the team's win during the pandemic.
Give you this live look in Clinton. Good morning to you. It's going to be another warm day like yesterday. Things will start to cool back down this weekend. Meteorologist Elizabeth Gardner will join us after the break with the timeline for that.
From the WRAL Severe Weather Center, North Carolina's most experienced team of meteorologists.
442, it's a really nice start out there this morning. I mean, you may not even need a jacket. I grabbed mine, I walked out, I'm like, I probably could have left that at home. 66 in Durham and in Raleigh. It's 61 in Fayetteville. And right now, our skies are clear. We may see a little bit of cloud cover late this afternoon. I'm tracking a front that could bring us a sprinkle overnight tonight and early tomorrow morning. So we may see some clouds ahead of that late today. Warm start out there this morning as you're heading out the door. Temperatures are in the mid-60s. If you're headed out to vote early this morning, it's really comfortable out there. Temperatures will be in the mid-60s all the way up until around 10. That's when we'll hit 70, and we'll be in the low 80s again for this afternoon. And then over the weekend, temperatures are back into the 60s, so a big drop behind the front. We'll take a look coming up.
Police in Durham say a man was hit and killed by a car in Kitty Hawk. This happened Wednesday night, just before 9. Police say 43-year-old Michael Lamb was walking his dogs when he was hit by a driver, and then he and his 2 dogs died at that scene. The driver of the car did stay at the scene and is cooperating in the investigation. No criminal charges have been filed at this time. A warning to parents from doctors as more kids are coming down with the lung infection known as walking pneumonia. CDC reports a notable increase in this infection among children ages 2 to 4. It's typically rare for children under the age of 5 to have this. Most experience mild symptoms, but it can cause complications like inflammation of the brain. Doctors say you should watch out for difficulty breathing, dehydration, and lethargy.
Microsoft is coming to North Carolina. The company bought a 1,300-acre site in Person County, north of Roxborough. We are still trying to figure out how the company will use the property and how many jobs it could bring. We will let you know once we find out.
Early voting in North Carolina ends at 3 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. So far, more than 46% of registered voters have already cast their ballots. The latest WRAL News poll asked voters across the state how they plan to vote. 60% said they planned to vote early, while more than 1 in 4 said they'll vote on Election Day. When voters were asked about their confidence that election officials will be able to make sure everyone can vote, including those in western North Carolina affected by Helene, 84% of Democrats, 66% of Republicans, and 71% of independent voters say they are confident that will happen. State Board of Elections Director Karen Brinson-Bell says one of North Carolina's main goals is to be clear and open about elections and results.
More data is available on our website for this State Board of Elections than any other state elections office in the country. And it's all in a goal of being as transparent as we possibly can so that people understand our processes.
WRAL will have full local coverage of all the state and national races on election night. You can head to WRAL.com to get a full breakdown of that coverage.
Attorney General Josh Stein is suing 2 landscapers for price gouging in western North Carolina. Stein filed a lawsuit against Lauren Huggins and his 2 businesses. Both are based out of Durham. Huggins is accused of charging a Hendersonville couple $25,000 to remove 2 trees that fell onto their roof. And rather than removing the debris, Stein says they dropped it through the hole in the roof.
Country music star, North Carolina native Eric Church says he plans to build 100 homes in 100 days in the Banner Elk community. The town was badly damaged during Helene. Yesterday, Church visited Banner Elk with Governor Roy Cooper. He spoke with the people there and saw the need firsthand. Church will coordinate this through his foundation, Chief Cares, to build those homes. Governor Cooper says the state and federal government will provide support.
It's devastating in a lot of areas, and there's a lot of people that I see the need, and I see the need for a lot of help.
When you do that, you need infrastructure.
Yes.
You need to find ways to put it all together.
Yeah.
And so we want to work with Eric. His generosity has just been extraordinary.
Church says he will have a team there on Tuesday to acquire the land for the homes. Church was one of the organizers of Saturday's concert for the Carolinas that raised $26 million for storm recovery.
The Los Angeles Dodgers will celebrate their World Series victory today with a parade. The team will get on a double-decker bus and drive a 45-minute parade route through downtown LA. Players will greet their fans in the streets before making their way to Dodger Stadium. Now, this is a big deal for the team and the fans. Their last World Series celebration did not include a parade since it happened during the pandemic in 2020.
Carolina Hurricanes, meantime, their fans last night turned the game at the Lenovo Center into a Halloween party. The Canes scored and scored and scored some more, and now they're back home at the State Fair after that State Fair road trip, and they beat the Boston Bruins 8-2. After the game, the players tossed candy bars up into the stands for the fans.
Just
Sweet
a
game.
fun time, yeah.
Totally.
8-2. Yeah. What a game. 4:47 now, and what a Halloween night it was with our gorgeous weather. Elizabeth Gardner in the WRAL Severe Weather Center, and we're keeping on with that warmth this morning.
It was definitely lovely. When I saw the video of the canes throwing the candy bars, all I could think was, are they full candy bars? Because at Jeff's house, they are the full-size candy bars. I hope everybody had a great Halloween. It was such a beautiful night to be outside. And of course, that's what we're still experiencing this morning. Temperatures are in the mid-60s. Our dew point's at 61. So we have started to see our dew point creeping up just a little bit. Our next weather event happens tonight into early tomorrow with this cold front coming through. And as it's moving through Tennessee, we are seeing some rain with this. It will bring a sprinkle or two. Once it crosses the mountains, it's going to lose a little bit of that moisture and energy. So we take a look at Futurecast here. This morning we are clear, clear, clear. By the time we get to lunchtime, we start to cloud up, and at 8 or 9 o'clock you can see, a teeny tiny itsy bitsy sprinkle. It may be more likely that we see a few light showers for tomorrow morning. There's 6 a.m. and from Rocky Mount up to South Hill and Roxborough, we're seeing a little shower, and then right there at 10 a.m. here around downtown. Once we get into the afternoon, our skies will clear out, but there could be just a light shower. We're giving it a 20% chance of rain across the area. It's a little breezy this morning, and it may stay that way as our front gets closer to us today. There were some gusts earlier this morning, but right now our wind is anywhere from 5 to 15, still coming out of the south. We may see some gusts right after lunchtime at around 15 to 20 miles per hour. Checking temperatures. It's really warm out there. Temperatures in the low to mid 60s around town today, 81 in Raleigh, 78 in Durham, and 83 in Fayetteville. Checking our weather watchers. Love it. We still have so many beautiful photos coming in of our leaves, which are changing right now. Julie Lemon sent this in from Sanford. We would also love to see your photos. Go to WRAL.com and search Weather Watchers and send us a few. It will be a cooler weekend after a really warm 81 kind of sticks out here like a sore thumb. 68 is our normal high, and we'll see 68 Saturday and 69 on Sunday. After that, temperatures creep back up into the 70s. Cool mornings. We are, of course, looking at 60s right now. We're going to see 61 most likely again tomorrow morning. When I pulled up this normal low of 44, I thought, really? That's our normal low? We haven't been close to that in a while, but we will be a little closer to it Sunday and Monday, but then next week we bounce right back up. Time change happens this weekend too. Don't forget to set that clock back. The sunset on Sunday will feel much different at 5:19 compared to 6:19, which is what we're seeing right now. City of Oaks Marathon, temperatures feel great, 40s to low 50s as the race begins, and even at lunchtime we'll still be in the mid 60s. And we're a proud partner of that wonderful race. We do have a warm-up again in our forecast at the end or the middle of next week. Middle of next week, we may also be watching the tropics a little more closely. I'll show you coming up.
Where is fall? It might come in December. We'll see. Elizabeth, thanks. The UNC men's basketball team getting ready for their season opener next week. We'll tell you about changes to the Smith Center's policies that now allow you to grab a beer while enjoying the game.
Plus, we'll show you this. Take a look. The first snowfall of the season in Hawaii, of all places.
Today in entertainment news, more movie awards are announced and a streaming series that went viral is coming back. Here's David Daniel with the Hollywood Minute.
지금 이러면 안 됩니다. 지금 당장 여기서 나가야 됩니다. 당신 뭐야? 여기 관계자야?
Player 456 is back on a mission to expose the truth in the teaser trailer for Squid Game Season 2. It's a new life-or-death game in the follow-up to the 2021 series that won 6 Primetime Emmy Awards. Squid Game Season 2 begins December 26th on Netflix.
Your voice will not return.
I am in control. I will sing when I am ready to sing.
The group behind the Gotham Awards has announced 2 of this year's special tributes. Angelina Jolie will receive the Performer Tribute for her turn as opera singer Maria Callas in Maria. And the cast of Sing Sing, based on a real-life prison theater program, is set to receive the Social Justice Tribute. Most of the cast members are graduates of the program. Both honors will be presented at the 34th Gotham Awards, December 2nd in New York. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
You hear Hawaii, you usually wouldn't think about this. Don't be jealous, Elizabeth. Snow in Hawaii. Check it out. Winter-like conditions have arrived on the Big Island. The island of Hawaii saw its first snowfall this week, and this is a look at the highest point of the island. During colder months, snow and freezing temperatures are common on the mountain. According to the National Weather Service, Hawaii's winter season begins in October and lasts through April. UNC fans will be able to enjoy an alcoholic beverage the next time they watch Tar Heel basketball teams play at home, Carmichael Center or the Smith Center, both. Alcohol sales will start in the Ding Dome Monday during the men's team opener, and then they'll begin at Carmichael when the women's basketball team opens a little later in November. Athletics director says this move adds a key financial stream as they prepare for revenue sharing with student athletes. The university already sells beer and wine at outdoor sports venues.
Sign of progress in Western North Carolina. Today, several state parks are reopening for the first time since Helene. Some of the parks include Crowder's Mountain, Gorges State Park, and Grandfather Mountain. Other parks in that area are expected to reopen next month.
Time to vote early here in North Carolina is running out now. We'll tell you how many people in North Carolina have already cast their ballots.
And the search for survivors is happening this morning in Spain after extreme flooding hit parts of the country. We'll show you new video of the rescue efforts.